It's time for GMA Life. Jurassic Park meets Game of Thrones in real life.
Amelia?
How the dire wolf was brought back from extinction thousands of years after they last walked the earth.
Then Blink-182's Mark Hoppus on the band, his cancer diagnosis, and his new memoir.
From coffee makers to pillows and so much more, Tori Johnson has big savings in deals and steals.
Plus, Sideline Superhero. We're surprising a very deserving coach and educator.
Hello and welcome to GMA Life. I'm Ashin Singh.
And I'm Lori Bergamato, and right now we're exactly where we want to be, backstage in the GMA Green Room. Coming up on GMA Life, I'm telling you which towels have the right stuff. Plus, we're helping you feed your babies with the experts from Solid Starts.
But first, a comeback some 13,000 years in the making. Researchers have bred a trio of gray wolf pups that carry genes from the dire wolves, a species of giant canines that once roamed the earth. Ginger spoke to the group who made it happen.
They call themselves a de-extinction company, and that piqued my interest because they're promising to bring back the woolly mammoth by 2028. A few weeks ago, we signed NDAs and learned what they called their first big de-extinction success. As soon as we got on the call, they said, "Have you ever seen Game of Thrones? Because we brought back the dire wolf."
Amelia?
With their foreboding presence, all-knowing eyes, and undying loyalty, the dire wolf was as much a part of Game of Thrones as the actors themselves. And this morning, Colossal Biosciences say that they have managed to bring these mythical creatures, who last roamed the Earth 10,000 years ago, back from extinction. They say it's the first time an extinct species has ever come back to life.
Scientists have predicted that by 2050, more than half of species that are alive today could become extinct. I don't want that future.
According to Beth Shapiro and her team, they extracted high-quality DNA from dire wolf fossils and combined that with the genome of a gray wolf.
That animal looks like a dire wolf, it will behave like a dire wolf, and it is a dire wolf.
Colossal's chief animal officer, Matt James, is in charge of taking care of the three white dire wolves: Romulus, Remus, and Khaleesi. Colossal is keeping the now 6-month-old dire wolves at an undisclosed location on a 2,000-acre enclosed nature preserve.
The responsibility lies on me and my team in order to make sure that those animals live the best life possible, experience the most optimal welfare possible.
Dr. Robert Klitzman is a bioethicist and geneticist at Columbia University. And while excited about the idea of the dire wolf,
and I mean, gee, that's impressive. There's a certain wow factor, like how cool is that, right?
he has concerns.
The bottom line is a lot of the genome we still do not understand. And so one wants to be careful if you're mucking around with genes that there may be things we don't understand. You may produce a wolf that's twice as ferocious.
After all, Jurassic Park, which explored the concept of bringing dinosaurs back from extinction, might have started like this. But it wound up like this. Hey! A cautionary tale for scientists.
Ecosystems are very delicately balanced, and nature is far more complicated than our ability as humans to understand it or to understand all the possible unforeseen consequences.
Colossal tells us that no wolves were harmed in the making of the dire wolves, and the 2 surrogate dogs that had them have been adopted through the Humane Society. There are also some critics who say that the new dire wolves are more gray wolf than dire wolf, even though they are white.
Thank you, Ginger.
I am obsessed with that story. Yeah. Now to a look at Fahrenheit 182, the new memoir from Mark Hoppus, the vocalist, bassist, and founding member of pop-punk band Blink-182. Chris Connolly sat down with him to talk about it.
Along with bringing the fun and occasionally wearing clothes, Blink's 182's Mark Hoppus became a fan favorite for putting genuine emotions into his buoyant songs. Now in his candid memoir, Mark has deep feelings to share, like about the time he thought a lifetime of good fortune had come to an end.
We played our own instruments, we wrote our own songs, for better or worse. We were just ourselves.
And that's about the time she walked away from me.
They were the class of 1999, the class clowns, that is. Blink-182.
What's my age again?
Blink's Mark Hoppus singing What's My Age Again. Their cheerful, full-throttle rock topped the charts.
Carry me on and on and on and on and on.
or their mega hit All the Small Things, Blink parodying a host of boy band music videos.
People wanted to laugh. I think people wanted something a little more fun and a little more authentic.
He's been a fan favorite ever since. Now in his new memoir, Fahrenheit 182, a 53-year-old Mark Hoppus is sharing intimate details of his own life or death story.
There's a photo in your book that you describe as being the worst day of your life.
So that was after round 2 of chemotherapy. I felt like my body was on fire and I get crazy sick. And I'm sitting on the floor in front of my toilet and my hair had all fallen out. So I took a picture. I'm like, if I ever get better from this, I'm gonna look at this picture and thank God for every single day afterwards.
Mark had spent much of the 90s in close quarters with his bandmates, going gig to gig in a van from their San Diego home base.
You weren't even taking showers in those days, right?
No.
Most of the time.
There would be weeks, this is so shameful. Our van was hell on earth. We called it the Millennium Falcon and we loved it. It smelled like a dumpster behind a restaurant.
Those big hits came as Travis Barker on drums, joined with Mark and his BFF, singer-guitarist Tom DeLonge.
And then we went from playing like theaters to headlining Madison Square Garden.
As his book also chronicles, amid the year 2000's insane spike in his celebrity, Mark got married to MTV talent executive Sky Everly.
In the middle of all the craziest thing that can happen to people, you found the love of your life.
Yeah. And I was lucky. I found the love of my life at the exact right time. And we've been married for almost 25 years, and we have a son who's awesome, and I couldn't be happier.
Blink-182 would also endure, even after the 2008 plane crash that nearly took Travis Barker's life, Tom DeLonge's lengthy hiatuses. But then
I felt a lump over here, and I was like, that feels weird. That's big. And it turned out to be a deadly lymphoma.
We think of you as the most positive guy, the most exuberant guy. What's that like for someone like you to go through?
To be honest with you, I thought I was going to pass. I felt like my luck had run out. I felt like I'd been so blessed in my life, blessed with an amazing wife and an awesome son. Now it's time to pay the fiddler. We got the live show.
Mark would undergo 6 rounds of chemotherapy before news from his oncologist.
My doctor was so awesome. After my last round, I'm like, hey, I got a clean bill of health. Like, they say there's no cancer. What do I do now? And he said, now you go live your life. And we went to a Mexican restaurant here in Los Angeles called El Coyote. And I got drunk at 11 o'clock in the morning. It was the best day of my life. That's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23. And I'm still more amused by TV shows. What the hell is ADD? My friends say I should act my age. What's my age again? What's my age again?
Here in his home studio, Mark would relearn how to sing to compensate for chemo's effects on his vocal cords, so Blink-182 could rock again.
The power of music is that I'm back here with all of you. I hope that the energy of a Blink-182 show, and that's how we feel about it, is come to the show, have moments of heartbreak, have moments of inspiration, and walk out going, that was a great time.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Now let's head over to Lara Spencer and Michael Strahan.
Now with Solid Starts, the popular Instagram account turned book that's all about safely introducing your baby to real foods. And founder and CEO Jenny Best is here with pediatric occupational therapist Carrie Rappaport and some very hungry babies that are live in the studio. So brace yourself. And they're all learning to eat solids. And they're very quiet and well behaved. But I want to start with you, Jenny. Tell us a little bit about how this idea became a company.
Yeah, look, when I was a new mom, there was not a lot of information for how to introduce real food to babies. That's for sure.
I remember this.
And to be honest, spoon feeding did not work out that well for us. So I started researching alternatives, came across an incredible team of medical experts promoting what's called baby-led weaning, and together we formed Solid Starts, which is now
baby-led weaning.
Yes,
the baby
basically
leads the way.
finger food feeding themselves.
Yeah.
And we now have an award-winning app and book.
And we have all this food here on this first tray, and it's been pureed and chopped up, but it looks like baby-sized bites, but this isn't necessarily what you would recommend.
Yeah, so you might be surprised to hear that bigger pieces of food are actually better for young babies, and they can be safer.
Huh. Just because for choking hazards.
Yeah, so
but why what are the other reasons?
Yeah, so when a baby reaches out and picks up pieces of food on their own, it reduces the risk of choking because their brain is preparing to chew it and swallow it. And bigger pieces are easy for our young eaters with not a lot of fine motor skills to reach out and grab.
Yeah, so self-feeding, when a human feeds themselves, reduces the risk of choking at all ages.
And we've got babies over here who are showing us. We've got a huge piece of celery. And then what is he eating there? Those
Violet's working on sweet potato and celery.
Oh, good job, Violet. And then look over there with
He's
like a
going to work on
giant
that
corn on the
corn.
cob.
That's what I'm talking
Look
about.
happy as can be.
If you want a quiet baby in a restaurant, corn on the cob is your best friend.
I mean, that's just a great tip. Thank you so much. All right, so then let's look this way. So Layla and Sebastian, Sebi, they're eating some foods that may surprise our viewers. I was very surprised about this one. We've got a meatball for Layla, that I get, but Sebi is enjoying whole sardines.
That's right. So sardines can be a surprisingly great first food for babies. Not only are they super nutritious and all of the ingredients and nutrients that babies need, they are really affordable and accessible, so we love recommending them. It's easy for baby to pick up.
When GMA Life returns, we're honoring a Sideline Superhero.
Plus, deals and steals and the right stuff.
My favorite.
Welcome back to GMA Life. It's time for Deals and Steals. With Tori Johnson, she's here with products to spruce up your home, all 50% off or more. We love that.
We do love that. We also love to have sharp knives. So you can transform any dull knife into razor sharp with just a few strokes like this. Whoops, these are my fancy scissors that I also want you to see as well.
Scissors need that
but the sharpener, it just revive dull knives instantly with just a few strokes. We also have these scissors are really spectacular. You want to do, when you get all of those kids' toys that have that clamshell packaging that's impossible to open. These scissors.
And it dulls the scissors.
But
not
scissors,
these.
not these. This cuts through anything, but it's great to be able to have for plastics, or if you want to just use it in the kitchen to cut up herbs. If you're cracking a nut, no matter what, there's an option here. All slash and half. They start at $7.50.
Oh, I see. This is the nutcracker
exactly.
on this end. Okay,
does
great.
everything. J.K. Adams, you can prep, serve, carve, do all kinds of things in these really gorgeous wood boards. What I love is that you get three options. They have maple, cherry, and walnut, some of the finest North American hardwoods. You can also customize with names, initials. We've got this one, 50th
Robin
anniversary
and Amber.
year.
I love that
Robin
you
and
have Tori
Amber.
and Peter, your husband. Shout out to Peter.
So many different options here. The small boards that we have online start at just $7.50. So these are really terrific.
Awesome.
Okay, AeroPress. One of the best ways to make a phenomenal cup of coffee. So the water was in here, and then we press down on this, and it puts the water pushes through those beans there, and you get just a full-bodied, rich like espresso. Doesn't have any of the grit, doesn't have any of the bitter taste. Just a phenomenal cup of coffee. Then you can use that coffee. You can make lattes. You can make cappuccinos. You can kind of make any style drinks that you want, but the first is getting the coffee just right. That's what AeroPress does. Lots of oohs and ahs this morning in the studio. People telling me that they've got one of these and they swear by it. We also have the easy to go models, which are great. All slash and half start at $25.
I know the coffee aficionados. They're always about the AeroPress.
Okay. Photon. This is one of the coolest ways to have a customized candle. It's this plant-based that wax right there that are like little pearls.
Interesting,
so that you can put into a vessel of your choice or reuse a vessel that you already have. Phenomenal candles. These bundles start at $22. It's a really great option for candles. And then finally, Blissy. We know and love their silk pillowcases. We also have their two brand new pillows, Perfect Square, as well as this one with the hook. These are so comfy and customizable, all slash and half and free shipping.
Excellent. Thank you, Tori. And we've partnered with all these companies on these great deals. You can get them by heading directly to our website.
Now with the right stuff, Lori Bergamato is here with picks for towels for every budget to refresh your linen closet for spring. And you can shop these products on our website. get shopping.
I mean, we talked about this on the big show, so let's do a deep dive on it.
Yes, so these are from Brooklinen, you guys, and this is what we're calling sort of the Goldilocks, because they're not too heavy, they're not too light. If you're looking for absorbency, this is the towel for you. Now, you are supposed to replace your towels every 2 to 3 years. So
that was news to me, but I love that your mom writes the date on the back.
The year on the tag, so in Sharpie, so it doesn't come off.
That is brilliant. And what's great about these is people love that they're super absorbent, but they're also durable. So you get kind of the biggest bang for your buck with these Brooklinen, and they're Right Stuff like fave. We love this brand, and they have a GMA discount.
Ooh,
so you don't want to sleep on that,
GMA
right?
discount? No,
there you go. Okay, so these, I know the two of you, and it's so fun to have a little luxury in your life, right?
Well,
You're both very pragmatic, and you're both very like smart shoppers.
Towels say a lot about a person.
They do. Guys, let me tell you, I learned a lot about everybody here at GMA. Yes. Talking about towels. But what's great about this front gate one is these are really luxurious.
They are.
So they feel amazing. It feels like a 5-star hotel, right? Like it's just really plush.
Yeah.
These have a very high 750 GSM, that's grams per square meter. That's the number you may see when you're shopping for towels. And that scale ranges from 400 to 900. So just know the higher you go, the plusher it's going to feel, but it might not dry as quickly. So you have to kind of figure out what matters most.
So these are good for the guest bathroom.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, I actually have these towels and I love them. But what's also great about these, speaking to the guest bathroom idea, they come in over 25 colors and patterns. So no matter what that guest bathroom looks like, you've got something
you can
there.
pick the right
and guys,
colorway.
they're having their big annual sale right now at Front Gate, so you'll get a good deal.
Even I can shop together. This is good.
I like shopping.
I know, it is really fun. Okay, feel how soft these are.
Ooh,
and I'm going to tell you guys, these are Amazon
I remember
base
these. Yep, I remember
So these are 100% cotton. Again, when you're shopping for towels, that really matters. It doesn't matter if it's Egyptian cotton or Turkish cotton or just says 100% cotton, but you want a cotton towel, not a poly blend. And you also want to make sure it's Oeko-Tex certified, which all of these are. That's just a safety assurance, environmental friendliness. So these are under $25. You get 8 pieces.
That's incredible.
These also come in a bunch of different colors, but these are Amazon basics, so it's a great basic. It dries quickly, and you're not getting like a ton of different design details. But sometimes people don't want that in their towels. They want something that's going to be durable.
I just want a clean towel.
Yeah,
also with children.
Yeah, exactly right.
That's exactly right. So definitely check these out. We have options for everybody, and I think you'll find something you love.
So all you have to do is, this is all shoppable. We've partnered with these companies on these great products. You can find them now on our website. Coming up, and by the way, do not take your makeup off in our guest room with a white towel. Do it on the black towel. Like that's the reason we put it there.
When GMA Life returns, honoring a sideline superhero.
Welcome back to GMA Life. Time now to honor a sideline superhero.
Oh, these are always the best. Aika Jachi traveled to Detroit for the big surprise.
We are here right now, and Coach Cal Van Nellum right behind me. He's the flag football coach here at the Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences. He's also the 8th grade science teacher and the robotics instructor. And guess what? He has no idea that we're about to surprise him live on air right now. So let's go have some fun. Coach Cal Van Nellum, my guy. What's going on, my man? How you doing? I am Aika Jachi, and you are live on air right now on Good Morning America, my guy. What's going on? You are our sideline superhero. Guys, can we get a round of applause for your coach right here? Come on now.
Good Morning America. Wow. Absolutely. Let's get it.
You're a sideline superhero. I know your story. I know why you're so special. Your students know why you're so special. Let's show America what makes you GMA's sideline superhero. Take a look.
Absolutely.
For the students at the Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences, Mr. Cal Van Nellum is the ultimate educator and coach.
Mr. Nellum is a great teacher. He's somebody you can really look up to. Mr. Nellum, he really shows that he cares.
He shows up for the scholars, and he actually shows up for the staff.
In his 8th grade science classes, he finds ways to make learning fun.
We were talking about physics and kinetic energy, and he would have us do this little dance or stand on the tables and sing a song that he had taught us for memorizing things.
It's not just inside the classroom, but on the sidelines too.
He works with flag football for our first and second grade scholars. He's also the robotics instructor in after-school program.
Leading his students to victory at robotic competitions across Michigan.
He wanted us to stand up for ourselves and not just have them think of us as just the underdogs.
America should know that Mr. Nellum puts his all into his teaching. The calling of being a black male in education.
Mr. Nellum's lessons go beyond the textbook. His mentorship, leadership, and impact as an educator, earning him Michigan Regional Teacher of the Year.
Mr. Nellum made me feel like I could do anything I set my mind to.
He instills a sense of pride and respect for myself. Sometimes I'm just not doing good and he'll be there to inspire me.
And now, as our sideline superhero.
Mr. Nellum is for surely one of my superheroes.
He's definitely a superhero of mine.
My guy. You're surrounded by your students, you're surrounded by the people you coach. Just tell me, how you feeling right now? I see tears in your eyes.
I'm blessed, I'm a product of my mama from New Orleans Public Schools. She taught in New Orleans Public School for 40 years. I'm a product of all the mentors. I'm not here without my teachers, and that's why I became a teacher. I came to be, an example for my kids. Why you look at me saying, I'm crying, it's okay, black man, right? But let it out. It's about giving back and, not expecting anything in return. And, I've been practicing grace and, God has been giving it to me, so thank you.
There we go. Now listen, we have the CEO and the superintendent here, Lawrence Hood, my man, you helped set this whole thing up. Yeah. Tell me, what makes Calvin here so special?
Oh, Calvin is special because he's a teacher first, but educator, and he's a coach, he's all the things. Mr. Nellum goes above and beyond for our scholars every day and also for the staff. He's a positive role model to all.
Now, Coach, I got to tell you, I've read your story. It's an unbelievable story. You are a phenomenal teacher.
Thank you.
You are a phenomenal coach.
Thank you.
And we're not the only ones who think so, okay? Our friends at the educational nonprofit Donors Choose, they saw your story. That's why they want to give you a $10,000 gift card that you can use on supplies. Website. We gotta put these kids to work a little bit. Let's help this up. Now, well, of course, in GMA fashion, we're not done yet, all right? We know you are so selfless that you dedicate all of your time to the community, to the school.
Is this a dream?
No. Pinch yourself, because it's real, right? Now, listen, we know that how selfless you are. That's why our friends at Beaches wanted a little time for you. That's why they're giving you and your family an all-expense-paid trip to any Caribbean island on the beaches. Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, for you and your family, my guy. Now, when you woke up this morning, did you think that any of this would be happening to you right now?
No, he just told me to get here at 7:30. I made sure I was here at 7:20, so.
Now, one more thing, Coach. You've been such an inspiration here for all your students, all your family, especially here at the Detroit Academy of Arts and Sciences. For everybody watching right now, what do you want to say to them?
I just want to say I love Detroit. I love you. I came to Detroit to teach. And are we teaching, y'all? We learning? Yeah. Right. And we just getting started. And if you want to teach, come to Detroit. If you want to learn, come to Detroit. Detroit is the city of the largest, greatest minds. I'm here because all the people that have gave me that great information. Wendy Lewis, Tommy Lehman, Delonte Jones, Chavis, Hood, Bennett, House, all these people, I'm here because of them. And that's why I teach. I have to give reverence to you and also my mom. Thank you all so much, and let's get it.
Yeah. Coach Calvin Nellum, guys.
That's all for GMA Life.
Up next, all the top stories and latest news right here on ABC News Live, where the news never stops.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.